I don't think these are bad plants, but I do regret buying them. And the last one is a bit controversial, so stick around and hear my list of plants that I've bought multiple times, might I add, and yet every single time they disappoint. And I do want to clarify that I'm not saying that these plants are bad plants, and if you like them, great, more for you. This is more just plants that don't suit my home, my style, my ways of growing, and that I would never really want to add to my collection again, because every single time I buy them, I regret it. But before we get into that, I want to say if you're new here and you don't know me already, hi, my name is Emma and I make houseplanty content all over the internet. So if you want to follow along with my houseplanty journey and maybe learn something along the way, stick around, watch some more of my videos and subscribe to my channel. If you are not new here, welcome back. I really appreciate you returning. Now let's get into these plants that I will probably never be buying again, even though loads of people love them. The first one on my list is the Pilea peperomioides, or the Chinese money plant. I have had several of these over the years and I just hated it every single time. I know hate is a strong term, but when I see pictures of them and they're like quite big, lovely statement plants, they're very like architectural, and I do like that vibe, but I feel like in order to achieve that, you need to place it in a spot that's like not up against a wall. Like it'd look really good on like a coffee table or a dining table where you can kind of get that big form. Absolutely, I think that looks fantastic. I just don't have that kind of space in my home. I don't have anywhere. Yeah, I don't have anywhere where my plants are not pushed back against something, which is just like the layout of my home. And I guess maybe in a different home down the line, it could possibly work out because they do look cool. But I also never even been able to get them to a point where they might even consider looking like that. I just find them surprisingly really fussy, and I don't know if it's a me problem or the plants that I've gotten haven't been the best. I don't know, but I've always regretted purchasing them. I've always regretted swapping for them, and at least in this home, don't feel like I ever need to have one again. Up next, we've got the Monstera adansonii, or the monkey mask plant. I don't like the way they look. I know that's like quite a broad statement, but I feel like the leaves, and I don't know if it's because of the holes or not, they get this like sort of weird crinkliness to them. And I just don't think that looks very good, personally. I feel like they kind of grow out of that a little bit when they get into their more mature forms. And so if I had one like that was quite mature on a pole, like maybe. But I feel like if I'm getting an adansonii, I'm getting it to be a trailer, and whenever I've had them, they've just grown really leggy and awkward. Because they're like not really meant to grow trailing. That's not their preferred growing. They'd much rather be climbing up something. And I just feel like they look too weird and like a little bit scraggly and almost like a little bit sickly, especially the variegated ones. Don't hate me. They just look a little bit too strange for me. And like, I like strange plants. I'm not gonna say I don't have strange plants. I do. And I like Monsteras. I've got one just behind me. Like, they're great plants as a whole, but I don't feel like the adansonii has ever been worth my time. Ever. Then we've got the Peperomia prostrata, or string of turtles plant. In general, I am not the best at growing peperomias. I don't think I've quite cracked them yet. I feel like the string of turtles, whenever I have purchased one, they look fantastic at the start. I love the sort of pattern on the leaves. I think they are quite like pretty leaves, but after like a few weeks or a month or so, it just starts dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping leaves. And so by the end, I just have like a weird bulb plant, and it's just ugly and dying. And I don't want that in my home. And like, I just can't be bothered with that sort of faff. And yes, I know this is a me problem and I'm not caring for it correctly, hence why it's dying in my home. But in the end, I just don't think I like the look of them enough for me to take the time to learn about them properly. So it's a no for me. I'm just not going to get a string of turtles ever again. This is another quite popular one. It is the Philodendron Brasil. I think it's just that I am not the biggest fan of yellow middles on them, or like Oreo variegation in general, but I want to like them. I think they are like a cool plant in theory, but whenever I have grown them in my home, I think it's similar to the adansonii, where they would probably prefer something to climb up, and that's when they're gonna get the like nice big leaves, but I prefer them trailing, and that's just not gonna like provide the best results for the plant. That in combination with the sort of yellow stripes down the middle, I just don't feel like I need it. I'd much prefer the cream splash or the Rio, or even just like the plain variegated heartleaf, or just the plain green heartleaf. I like it so much better, and I can like tolerate it looking a little bit worse for wear in terms of not sizing up in leaf size, it's not maturing. I can tolerate that when it's a leaf like color that I actually like. But with the Brasil, I've had them so many times, and again, like I said, I regret it every single time and I end up giving it away. Okay, we're getting a little bit more niche for the next one. It is both the Philodendron UPI and the code 69686 Philodendrons. They are cool. Objectively, their leaves are interesting. Yes, I find the sort of like weird alien leaf shape interesting. But they just grow so like spaciously. Even if you put them on a pole or anything, they've got like really long petioles. Maybe I haven't put them in bright enough light. Maybe it is a me problem. But they just grow like really long petioles, and then the leaves, there's like barely any leaf there. And I feel like I'm so much a foliage gal that when there's not there's not enough leaf there for me to justify the amount of space that they take up. Hey Cosmo, do you want to come hang out as well? You want to, oh my gosh, everyone's coming to cuddle. Come here, baby. Yeah. Hi. Were you having a good nap? Yeah, sit down, get comfy. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Philodendron UPI code 69686. Yeah, I just need more leaf, I think, in the plant in order to justify the amount of space that they take up. I think it's just gonna have to be one that I admire from afar, because I've tried them several times and I just don't feel like I need to have them in my collection again. And then last, but certainly not least, and probably my most controversial hot take in this whole video, pink plants. Every single pink plant that I have ever purchased, I have regretted and gotten rid of. Eventually down the line, I have decided it wasn't for me, and I found like a better alternative in like white variegation or green solid leaves. Every single pink plant. And that is just purely an aesthetic thing for me. I think in other people's homes, they are so freaking cute. Like I see pictures on Instagram and reels and stuff of them looking so cute, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I want it. I want that in my home. I want that in my life. And then I get it in my home and it becomes an eyesore. Like the pink just like sticks out, and I can't handle it, and I don't want it. And then I end up getting rid of that plant. And so now at this point, several years into me collecting, I have officially decided that I am no longer buying any more pink plants. I don't want to trade for pink plants. I have tried them enough, and I will inevitably regret adding them to my collection and end up giving them away. And it'll probably be in worse shape than it arrived to my home, because it has just, like, me not enjoying it aesthetically has made me not care for it nearly enough. So like the begonia pink spot, any sort of pink aglaonema, pink syngoniums, tradescantia, I mean, probably the most infamous in my home, the philodendron pink princess. No. All of those, we are just not gonna do again. Also, another thing is that like the pink and green combination, I think this is to do with color theory, but the pink plus the green in the leaves, it can often turn a bit of a more muddy color and kind of look brownish. So like if your plant has like great genes and like the pink and the green are very separated, it can look nice, but I feel like at least these days, especially with the pink princess, the plants that you're seeing in shops more and more, they're like a bit of a weird muddy brown, and it's just like, do I want that? Like in my house and in my mind, brown plants are dead plants. So why would I want to like add this weird like muddy pinky brown into my home? I won't, and I am swearing off of them completely forever because I just know I will regret it if I add another one to my collection again. So there we go. Those are some plants that I regret adding to my collection over and over again, that I've tried so many times that I can't put myself through the trauma and stress anymore, and so I'm not going to. I'd be really interested to hear some plants that you regret buying, whether it's one from this list, whether you disagree with me, tell me. I want to know, because maybe you've had better luck with some of these than I have. But let me know your like houseplant regrets down below, and I mean, I could probably make another one of these videos with more, because I have had so many plants over the course of my collecting journey, and I'm sure there's more out there that I regret buying and I probably would never add to my collection again. So yeah, let me know if that's something you would want. If you would want another one of these videos down the line, a part 2, let me know. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up down below and leave a comment on other houseplanty things you'd like me to talk about in the future, and subscribe for more. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to keep growing. Bye!